Peoples of the universe, please attend carefully. The message that follows is vital to the future of you all.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Vital to the future of not just you, us all. I hope we're all doing well tonight. Tonight for me it is good afternoon, good morning, good evening, depending where you are in the world. In Australia, where are you? I think you're in the middle of the night in Australia. If you're in Australia, good day, even though it's in the middle of the night. How are you, everybody? I do apologize for my tardiness. I was just surprisingly calm. Admitted, what for me is a crisis, right? I don't like being late. I'm a bit of a yeki. That's what the Jews call me. A bit of a finickety about, like, okay, a yeki. What is a yeki? You have this is a horribly racist joke. You have a Chinese man, a French man, and you have a yeki, right? And they're all together. They've all been sentenced to the guillotine, right? To death, obviously. You know, it's not like you don't do that much time with the guillotine. So they go take the Chinese person first, and they say, "Do you want to be head up or head down? Do you want to see the blade or do you not want to see the blade?" And he's like, "See blade, right?" He's a very, very courageous gentleman, right? And so they put him down. He's looking up. They lift up the guillotine, right? Lift it up. Let it go. It falls down. Dunk! It hits a kink in the runner, right? It hits a kink, boom, and stops. With about a foot from his neck. It's incredible. And because that's an act of God, he's got granted he's let off, right? So next they go to the Frenchman and they said, "Do you want to see the blade, or do you not want to see the blade?" Right? And the Frenchman said, I do not want to see the blade. He does not want to see the blade. Okay, so he's face down, right? They lift up the thing again. It's gonna go. Let go. Dunk. And it stops even closer to the guy's neck, a half a foot, right? Incredible. Another kink in the runner, right? He's let off. Act of God. So there goes the yeki, right? They go the yeki. Who I am, if you're recording the scenario. They go to the yeki and say, do you want to be face up or face down? The yeki says, forget your face up and face down. Get the bloody thing fixed and then we'll talk. So that's me. I'm a bit of a yeki. Like, I like to be on time. I do like to be on time. It's like it says, that's the time. I like to be on time. So anyway, it was better to go live, and I noticed a couple of people's avatars their images weren't showing up. I said, that's not a good sign. The interwebs may not be good. So I said, you know what? I'll just give it a little refresh. Dunk, and we'll be fine. No, we weren't. And I was like, oh. So I had to reboot the round set. It took a little bit longer than normal, but I was surprisingly calm through it. Normally I'll teach a new Jewish word. I don't think we had this word before. Plutzing, right? And normally I'll be plutzing. Now, plutzing can be good or plutzing can be bad. Plutzing's like, ah! Now, you could be, it's a good, like a plutzing, and that's a good way. But plutzing could be bad. I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to do. I just sat here. And it was like kind of mellow. I'm like, okay, I was eating an apple. I was like, I'll eat a bit more of my apple. And that's basically it. And that's how we got it tonight. Good evening, Governor. Good morning. I hope you're all fine tonight. Man, my life is busy right now. My life's very, very busy. Oh, there's a phone call. Let me see if it's for me or if it's some... it's a cold call. It's a cold call. Unless it's my son. It's not my son. You think it's my son? No, he would WhatsApp me. My son, because it's a Florida, Miami area code. I don't think he would have that area. Maybe he would. I don't know. Anyway, I guess we'll never know. Stop ringing now. Anyway, I was like, yeah, no, I've been super busy. I've been like super crazy busy because my day job is I'm a web designer, graphic designer, video production, you know, that kind of stuff. I'm more like media advisor, right? That's basically, I mean, people get me like for campaigns and consultations and stuff like that. So I'm launching, so there's all these like Jewish writers, and they like to sell books, right? And so I tell them, you know, the Cometscape model, just start a YouTube channel, develop a following, and sell your book. You know, it's like that's really it. I mean, it's like the Ethan Van Sciver model, right? It's like Okay. But I do like doing the graphic design, the branding for people. So I've been contacting a few people I know, and one person's channel they're launching tomorrow. I'm really excited. I'm really genuine. It's taking up a lot of my bandwidth. So I haven't had time for like much other than I just like I'm working or sleeping. So I'm a little bit strung out, but I'll be fine. I'll be fine. It's okay. I'll just have another coffee. No need to worry. And I got another client on like on the bubble as well. Got another thing. I'm quite happy about all that stuff, right? Honestly, and I know this is stupid. I really like my clients to be happy, right? Oftentimes clients are awful. Actually, no. It's like now I'm in the stage where I can pick and choose a little bit more, which is nice. But like I normally want my clients to succeed, right? Oh man, I tell you, when I was doing websites, it was a real nightmare. I would get idiot after idiot after idiot with the idiot website to do do this thing that wasn't going to work. I was like over and over and over again. I was like, yeah, no problem. No. And I just knew. A couple of things I knew would do well, but like, whew, the most no, I can't tell the details to anyone. Okay, fine. I'm glad I'm glad I did not do that. That would have been wrong. But there you go. What can I tell you? The life of a freelancer is a funny one. Fine. Let's have a look at the chat, and I'll look at some of my candidates. So we see what we got. Share screen. He's sharing the screen. Oh, it's going to be shared. Here we go. There we go. This is tonight. I do like this Eccleston, right? The older Eccleston, like he's got like he always had a bit. I like the idea he's moved on it. Doesn't he look like Nick Briggs though? Isn't he? Doesn't he look disturbingly like Nick Briggs? Yeah, and you never see them together either, do you? So that's something to think about. But I like it. Anyway, I have a video coming out tomorrow, which is a big Nick. Oh, where is it? I'll bring you the thumbnail. Now I did this like as this was breaking this video. Which one? Oh, it's this one, right? So I used the same picture basically, changed the lighting, and made it bigger. So Chris Eccleston debunks Doctor Who's 60th anniversary return rumors. He's never ever coming back unless he is. But there's right at that time 3 articles about Christopher Eccleston not related to his thing from the Australian Comic Con. Came out once. So I'm like, I think that's like the universe sending me a message, sending me a deep message that I should do a Christopher Eccleston video. And as I was doing it, this whole thing was breaking. I was really so we do get the video in there, right? Where is that Comic Con? And his quote. Look, basically, it's like this: Christopher Eccleston, for all his natural gifted ability to act and talent, and clear intelligence, right? He's clearly a smart guy. Is a complete Karen when it comes to Doctor Who. Right? And he just believes any old bollocks that he's told, right? He probably believes that we're evil bigots, right? He probably really like, and that's the only he's never seen Jodie. He like if he ever saw Jodie Whittaker's Doctor Who or how bad it was, I'll say, look, Chris, I'll do you a favor, mate. Okay, how about this? What? Firstly, when he goes into it, I still pause the video and go like, okay, Chris. Which is your favorite Jodie Whittaker episode? Which one was it, right? Which is your favorite Jodie Whittaker episode? Yeah, no, you haven't seen any. All these people that bang on about how, Jodie's great haven't actually, like Colin Baker. Oh, I got some on my TiVo, but I haven't got around to watching it yet. Oh, I can't wait. Oh, really? Please, Mr. Full of Shit. Yeah. You try watching this and you watch it and you tell me what your favorite episode was, right? Which one she really sold it. It's an embarrassment to your profession, Christopher, right? She is an embarrassment to what you have sweated your lifeblood into. And a character that you do, I believe, care about, right? I think you care about your relationship to this character and relationship to the audience that is very, very dedicated, right? And I think while everybody has a propensity to be a bit of a dick, I don't think he wants to be a dick, so that's why he does the best he can. But anyway, he's a complete Karen. He's a complete Karen, and that's basically what all that. Jodie's the greatest. I mean, like, oh, please. No, she's not. He also said William Hartnell was the first. I mean, like in the same paragraph, right? It's like if they William Hartnell was the first and Jodie was. I mean, like I don't know. So anyway, that's quite a good video, right? That's what's funny. So that's Chris Eccleston, Jodie, and all women are the bestest ever. If you thought legitimacy at last, oh, a real actor thinks about it. He's never seen you, darling. Okay, he's never bloody seen you. Oh, I forgot. I got to send somebody a link. There we go. There we go. Invite. And then, oh god, I watched Discovery Day. Man, that shit. It's like it's really, really shockingly shit. I mean, you can't really believe how shit it is, but it's really shit, right? It's really it's like it's just not. It's most of this episode is about talking heads about people talking about their feelings and crying, right? That's what most of the episode is. It's oh god. I don't know. Oh, anyway, if you thought legitimate at last. Well, of course, we're the best is there that we keep failing, and boy, do they keep failing. And we're still here. Well, she is, and then in some incredible blast of prophecy, for some reason I put Joe Biden there because I just seen the most bizarre thing possible, right? Joe Biden live on TV mumbling, saying, "You know, it's not true that our policies have made the gas rise." Yes, it is. I mean, like directly. Yes, it is. You came in, he cancelled that pipeline straight away. Dude, it's like, and it made it. You stopped all the fracking, right? You've made it. I think you put a bunch of like you just said. There's like 9,000 licenses. I'll be interested to know if the regulations that you've put in place make it worth drilling or not. I guess it probably doesn't make it worth drilling. You know how many new licenses you've issued there, Mr. Biden? That'd be zero. That'd be a zero, right? Meanwhile, and this ties into my end of days outlook. I see America cozying up with Iran, right? And I think seeing there being a new world order that that Israel gets thrown under the bus, right? I see that going down. Do you not see that going down? I see that going down. So I've always said, not always said, I've always thought that perhaps if my end of days thing actually happens, it's going to go down with a nuclear missile coming from Iran heading to Israel, right? That's what I've always believed is how it's gonna. That's the end game. And now I see it like becoming interesting. Yeah, like I think they're 3 months away from having a workable missile if they just don't get them from China or something. Like can I borrow that? Yeah, sure, you take that, mate. It's only the Jews. Yeah, it's like in China, North Korea, wherever. Things when things spin out of control, they spin out of control fast. And boy, do they seem like they're spinning out of control. Anyway, I think that's because there's what's it? There's always been this. I'm not even sure where it's from. I heard that the end of days it's precipitated by a war in Persia, and all the Jews are in disarray. Ah! And then the voice of God, which is a female voice, says sweetly into your ear, "Fear not, I'm about to save you all." Okay, that's. But I see, like honestly, if Iran says, "Oh, I'll get your gas back down to $2 a gallon again, or a liter, whatever," and $2 a gallon. But let's say goodbye to Israel, right? I see Biden going for that in a second, don't you? I certainly do. But I think that's going to make precipitate the end of days struggle, right? Which I don't know. I think will probably look like the 6-Day War, right? I'm pretty much convinced that's the last time the Messianic Age could have started. 6-Day War is wild. Oh man, You know who did the best documentary about that? Like best Christians, right? Christians really understand miracles, right? Jews are like, yeah, no, you know, the science was that this and that. No, look at my slides. No, Christians understand. Oh God, that's why I don't know. Talking to religious Christians is so much easier because like they're like, oh yeah, we believe in miracles, yeah, like yeah, that's why I was so happy to see Father Miller poke his head back into Facebook for a second, Facebook or Twitter, I can't remember which, but he said hello. It was very nice to hear him. I heard he's doing very well. I am looking forward to him coming back. I really miss him, right? I genuinely miss him. Great channel. I can't wait for him to return. What I can't wait for is Star Trek Discovery to be over. Will you stop? Will you stop? Really? Please, will you stop? No, they've got another week to go. I hope it's one more week. I don't know everything anymore. Anyway, so we've got Chris Eccleston tomorrow. At some point, this is a great little story. The new First Doctor, a deep dive into the all-new First Doctor and Dodo era from Big Finish. Now, why am I doing this video? I will explain why I'm doing this video. Because on my review of Doctor Who magazine, I saw it and I ranked on it a little bit. And Stephen Noonan, right, who stars in this. Thank God. Oh, my God. Am I relieved that I was always complimentary about his performance? Okay, like, wow, that makes me feel so much better about life, right? The Stephen Noonan, who was a viewer of the channel, right? He comments a lot, right? And I always remember his comments because they're normally like quite intelligent and erudite, right? So yeah, no, I know. So and I didn't put together it was him, and he put he just reached out, you know, and he talked to me very reasonably. He said, "Look, I'd really like to give you to give it a chance. Please don't." And I think I think he's absolutely right. I think I've done him a disservice. Right, so I really want to try and rectify that because I have just missed it out. I'm sorry. Listen, I think it's reasonable that I did. I'm not sure I'm going to buy it. Right, I'm not, but I am going to give it an open mind. Right, I will go at it with an open mind, which I think is reasonably for like by that I mean I might download a bootleg copy and if I like it I'll buy it. Right, if it's lecturing crap, I can't no, please. I'm crawling through Unit Nemesis Volume 1. Volume 2 just came out and I'm just so not interested. Oh God, I mean, and there's this, oh God, Harry Sullivan is in it, just to be like lectured to and told he's stupid by a young Cockney girl and everybody else. Every other stunning and brave. He actually says, "Oh, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm not used to being around such so many strong women." Oh, will you stop? You male feminist bollocks. And so that honestly, it's that kind of bullshit that maybe give you a bad rap. But I feel bad. Honestly, I really like how you reached out, and it didn't escalate. And I think you're so incredibly reasonable, and your review of the channel. Again, you know, man, I know it's not right. But I know if somebody's a friend of the channel, like I always try and be supportive. And I should just be like go on its merits, but what can I tell you? No, I'm fickle. No one's perfect. Anyway, so we're going to do a deep dive on that. We're going to go through the article in Vortex magazine, and look, I again want to go into it with an open mind. Fine. What's next? It's oh yeah, this was great. Oh my God. So you've noticed that the Jodie Whittaker fans have been a bit weird of late, right? They've been a bit screamy. I mean, I don't really get involved in Twitter, which is really good. So I'm kind of radar invisible to them. But I mean, they mention me every now and again, like oh yeah, we hate Bolstrek and Noel and Rabbi. I'm like, oh, I'm so honored to be named with such such incredible peers. Right, I really am. I genuinely am. But they've been really acting up of late. Like, name? Mr. Trilby, right? Whatever his name is, right? He's I don't know, just go, and I'm not going to say who pointed out very astutely. It's ever since the Jodie Comic Con thing, which was essentially her farewell to fandom. It seemed like so they've been freaking out. And you know, it's like they thought it's like they happened and we don't care. Like, no, it's like you didn't prove anything. It's okay. Enjoy her. Oi, it's nearly over. Like, we're nearly done, mate. Oh God, you're so lucky, right? That I had a mental breakdown and about not being able to move on. Right, it's so freaking lucky because I could have us in my stride. I'm prepared just to walk past this whole era, and I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit about like their crazy fans who drove everybody insane and them calling us all, you know, Yahtzees and big. I don't care. I just want to go. I just go whatever. Go in peace. Yeah, okay, you're upset. Whatever. I don't care. Anyway, that being said, there's a couple of incredible interviews out there. So there's this one, and it's long. Oh, it's long with both Jodie and Mandan. And I'm like, well, that's got to happen, right? That's got to be a video that we're absolutely going to be watching. Let me check. I did send the guy that link. Let me check. Yeah, I did. So we're doing that. So what's the next one? And next one is, oh man, best thing I've ever on TV by far. And it's not a tawdry like wank mag, even though it has a lot of spankable material in it. It's a really just incredible. It's incredible, right? The first 2 episodes are just hilarious, and it blows you away that Lily James and what's his name, Sebastian Stan, they're incredible, right? I mean, Lily James is Pamela Anderson, but she's like real Pamela Anderson. And the really incredible thing is, yeah, the first couple of episodes, they're completely out of control, and they're loving being out of control, and they're wild, but they're so in love. Right, and they're so happy, right, and that's really what this whole tragedy is about. Because essentially, she's a really genuinely sweet human being who went through absolute hell and came out a lot stronger for it. I got one more episode to go. It's just such a great character study. There's so many great characters in it. Seth Rogen, who I can't stand. Right? Is it Seth Rogen? Yeah. Seth Rogen, who I can't stand, who I nearly turned off when I heard it was in it. I was like, when I saw his name on the titles, because I was only watching it as a goof to see what it was going to be like, right? I was like, fine, whatever. So Seth Rogen, his whole story is he plays a guy who steals the tape, which is he's this carpenter. I'm not. There's nothing to spoil with this, okay? Other than it's brilliant. He's this carpenter that's building this like sex palace for Tommy Lee and Pam, and they're like having insane sex, all that. They hit like this constantly, and he's an insanely problematic client. He keeps like changing his mind, and he owes them a ton of money, and then he fires them. Right, and then he it gets even worse, but it really gets into the character of this guy. So you understand him really deeply. And look, Tommy Lee and Pamela Anderson, I just like again, essentially, she's really genuinely if she is the hero of this, 100%, and she's a genuinely sweet human being. And I get the feeling this is somewhat accurate. She hasn't collaborated with us at all. Which listen, if Pamela's watching, darling, it's worth a nod. Lily James, incredible. I mean, like makes Pamela Anderson, as you remember her, but an inhabitable person. It's incredible. Right, I mean, and she's beautiful, right? And I don't know how they do the boobs, but they do the boobs, and she looks fantastic. I mean, she looks like Pamela Anderson. She's really, my brain can't get over it. Sebastian Stan looks like a little bit like squished down version of Tommy Lee, right? But again, he makes him a real. So he's having this whole meltdown because his career's on the wane as Pamela Anderson's about to explode, and oh boy, this happens at the worst time, and I just feel so horribly bad for both of them. Right? It's that whole sex tape was an incredibly intimate, sweet act of love, and it was just disgustingly used, right? But yeah, so I really recommend this. And I watched this last night, and I don't know how to review it, okay? Because here it is. Mostly, it would have been an 8.5 out of 10. Maybe 8.5 to 9 out of 10. Really fun, enjoyable. Much more of this, please. Apart from one insane plot point about 40 minutes from the end, which is awful, and it destroys the bloody movie. And it just can't recover. It's like somebody somewhere in the production should have gone, what? No. Because there's so much that awesome about this movie. Like Rasputin, who is what? If his relative Reens, there's fight sequence with him that is incredible. Like it's all these things you know from history, like the murder of Rasputin, about being stabbed and poisoned. Right? It's and his fighting moves, and there's a bunch of really insanely good fight sequences. Including one after this devastating plot point, 40 minutes from the end, like, and you think they're going to backpack, but no. And it's some dumbass, obvious on the point thing about them, the futility of war. We all know war is bad, schmucko. Oh, we wanted a fun romp, and the rest of the movie is a fun romp. A fun, interesting action adventure that kind of fits in the Kingsman universe in that tone. Apart from that one really weird, I don't know what to tell you. What's it? The black guy, Isaiah. I can't remember his name. He's awesome in this, right? They're also whoever the woman is very much like the English woman from the Fraser TV show, right? That's basically, she has that same function. And sounds a lot like her. But it would have been great had it not been for that idiot plot point. And it's just, the idiocy of it blows my mind. But there you go. Fine. Let's get to the chat. Finally. I promised that about half an hour ago. You know me. Better late than never. How long before everyone under the sun starts cancelling the letter Z? What's wrong with Z? Why, for Zelensky? I thought we liked him. They're all bad, okay? Don't trust anyone. They're all lying to you. Everyone is lying to you about everything, okay? And I know I sound like a paranoid weirdo, which I am, okay? I'm recovering from mental illness. I'll be clear, right? However, they're all lying to you. The Russians are lying to you. The Ukrainians are lying to you. The British are lying to you. The President of the United States just lied barefaced. No, our policies have not done anything to increase work cost. What? You lying cunt. Oh, and that's the correct political science thing. So yeah, they're all lying to you, mate. Everyone's lying to you. I don't know. I mean, that's the good thing about Israel. They don't even bother lying to you. They're like, yeah, whatever. Like, we still got the idiot mask mandates, which is why I'm not seeing the Batman. I'm so glad about that. Again, a friend of mine who saw it, who's got a channel, but he reviewed it for me. Imagine seeing which one was it? Batman Begins. Played at half speed with the light turned really down. I'm so glad I didn't go to the cinema and see that. Like, I am so glad. I am waiting those 45 days. Okay, I don't give a shit. Okay. No Russian. DC is here. No Russian ever called me a Russian bot. That's as far as you know. Peter said Lord Zed wants his simple pack. I don't know what's going on with Zed. Nil before Zod. I think BLM stole the kneeling from Zodlo. That is true. Again, Mr. Jekyll, I'm not saying I left anybody. The Sun Rangers is here. Mr. Jekyll and Hyde is here. Lonnie is here. On Comics is here. Mr. Jekyll and Hyde. Chris Eccleston is talking Bollocks yet again. He is. He's a Karen. What can I tell you? Expecting to be a Karen. That's the answer. Was looking through the fan art of Doctor Who today, and someone doing a cursed art piece or sexy Jodie Whittaker. I just vomited in my own mouth. That is so not sexy. My words from the words. Yes, that is very bad. Who said that? That's the solar engines. You're melting our heads. You can't tell us that. Someone get the holy water and cleanse the demons. Well, listen, the demons are taking the world. Disaster Air is here. Darren M is here. Greetings and felicitations to you, sir. Your first live stream is after Rabbi. Short running is a session. Okay, everybody go and jump over there as soon as I'm done. Mr. Jekyll and Hyde is... I've already said hello to you. Yeah, you know what? You can't say hello enough. That's what I say. Mark the Vicar is here. He's late. Oh, no, that was me. Was it woke? Yeah, no, I was late. I'm not normally late. The closest thing I've got to woke was when first thing I went off on one and used the terms white supremacist. I'm looking forward to seeing it, but I don't care. Right? I don't care. Kel Inch is here. I don't care enough to go to the cinema and sit there 3 hours. You know, with like my bladder exploding, you know, from a medium-sized drink. It gets smaller every year, let me tell you. Chris Solar is here. How are you doing, sir? Oh, wait a minute. NFTs are coming, by the way. NFTs. That's one of the things. That's one of my highest priorities right now. I just can't keep up with getting good comics to the people on my paid Substack. So I've seen the NFT market is kind of hotting up. And it's sort of like it's a cryptocurrency essentially, but it's basically as long as my channel subs keep going up, and they are going up, thank God. These things should accrue in value, right? So if you're getting one a month at least. I got to work out how to make them, and they're all going to be unique for you. But the collection, be like for the male gaze. I think we'll do an Emma Pill one first. You'll get the figure as the same, and different things will be personalized to you. So each one is unique. So the ones in the early months, like this month, should be more collectible because there'll be less of them. Right, so that's how it works. Apparently, I've been told it's anything from 6 months to never crashing. Okay, so there you go. That'll keep us going for 6 months. Plutzing. I think that's right. I think Plotzing is good. Lonnie, that's better. It could be an A. I don't know. I'm very bad at these things. 3 cheers on a tiger. The Rabbi was victorious on the reboot. Yes, I was. I have learned something. What have you learned, Lonnie? Rabbi, is there a vodka in the coffee, and why not? That's a very good idea. Well, Purim is coming. Okay, we have to talk about this. Purim is Wednesday night, Thursday. Purim is a big piss up. Well, I'm one of the only people who really gets very, very drunk. But that's me. I fast on Yom Kippur. I drink on Purim. I just think, you have to, well, you do one, you do the other. It's not even, I don't even like the drinking that much, But, I do get asked once a year. Oh, no, my son won't be around, right? It was good to have my son around last year because he had friends with who smoked cigarettes. And I do like having a cigarette too when I'm drunk. Something very refreshing about that. Anyway. But that's so my schedule is really blown off because I can't do a show on Thursday because I'll be unconscious, and I can't do a show on Wednesday. So I might do a show. What do you think? Sunday and Tuesday instead, and I might do a quickie a quickie before Sabbath on Friday. Maybe that'll be in the afternoon. So the schedule's messed up next week. Oi, hit that like button, says Lonnie. You are correct. Oh no, Discovery. Oh no, Discovery. That is true. Yeah, Keithump says the TARDIS time is here. TARDIS time is always a good time. Especially if you were Perry. That seems like an awfully good time. I mean, do you reckon she's pissed off with you? If you're romantically involved, like it seems to be her thing, right? Perry seems to kind of get off on being pissed off. Okay. So that's but the good news is if she wants to be more dominant, of course, she'll be on top, which that works for me on that one. There are 4 carrots in the thumbnail. Yes, there are. Yes, how many? There are 4 lights. He's from Manchester. It's part of the course. Him to be miserable. Yeah, he is, and they bless him. Dipping Strawberries, how you doing, sir? Chris looks a lot like my favorite current politician. Who's that one? I think he looks like Nick Briggs. Let's go, Brandon. Oh man, did you see it? Let's look at this. This is crazy. Video file. All right, this is the craziest thing. It's over here, I believe. Yeah. Open. Dun, dun, dun.
And there's no other flight.
Okay, so here's what happened. He was on a plane. He had a mask on that said, "Let's go, Brandon." That's it. And the flight attendant said, "It makes me uncomfortable." He said, "Okay, I'll change it. No problem." But he filmed him doing it, right? And then because of that, he said, even though he complied, he got thrown off the flight. It's crazy.
Trying to get home for work tomorrow.
So like I said,
I'm now wearing the mask, Michael.
now he just made the decision, and we need to go on whatever
It's
this
going to
is.
cause problems.
I mean, what a dick, right? What a total dick.
Everybody getting this? I complied without causing him a headache, and Michael is offended. Therefore, I can't fly home to my family today. Everybody get that? His name is Michael with JetBlue. I complied and switched my mask, and yet, because I wanted it on video that I was being asked to change a mask, he now wants me off the fucking plane.
Yeah, look, dude, there's no justice, mate. Okay, there is no justice. We don't live in a world back in the crazy days of 2019, this would be unthinkable, right? Wouldn't it be unthinkable? Man, so many things that are unthinkable. Look, we're a step away from nuclear war. And seemingly, they're doing everything they can to push for it. They're crazy. I don't get it. I mean, I do get it, and it's not good, right? I mean, like, what do you think the motivation is behind this? Because clearly they are pushing for, like, gas to be, petrol to be unaffordable. Clearly, they're pushing for that, for the average person. Yeah. There's these creepy tech overlords. They will say, like, "Oh, wouldn't it be good if there was a limited nuclear war and we had a population reduction of about 1 billion?" That in the UN models, when they did war games last year, they do these war game scenarios between a war between Russia and America. 1 billion people get killed. Right? Again, that fits in my end of the world thing, right? But, like, this would have been unthinkable, right? And it happens, like, how could it be? Like, he did what he's told. Absolutely disgusting. Man, oh man. If America does throw Israel under the bus, there's going to be a lot of people. I remember when I worked at Yad Vashem. That's the Israel Holocaust Museum. right? There was a picture of this French Jew who, a kind of very refined guy, getting off the train at Auschwitz, right? And you saw him not being able to like take it in, not being like, what? Like this disbelief in his like this like complete disbelief in his eyes, all right, and very very subtle. If the Biden administration, and I think they would do this, say make a deal with Iran to essentially throw Israel under the bus. There's so many people I know who have been like, oh man, they're gonna have that expression. You know, there's two realities, man. And well, there's one reality, but there's two narratives, right? And the people who believe that, you know, Biden didn't cause inflation and everything he's doing is good and he's not causing the gas to rise. They believe it. They believe. I just don't know how many there are of them, but we'll never find out because, you know, the safest and secure election may be as safe and secure for this time evermore. Don't you think? I think why wouldn't it be fortified forever? Other than I mean, listen, the only reason it wouldn't be is gross incompetency. Which let's be frank. There's a lot of the in around in government. You're right. In England, you can still say MAGA, man. If the USA turns its back on Israel, looks for the Messiah. That's basically where I think we are. I mean, I really see this being the end game and playing out about 6 months. Why? What does WIEG mean? Was it ever great? What is America? Yes, it was. I have to say, I think America was indeed great. I think America is one of the greatest world powers ever. Right? I think the idea of the strong helping the weak is a uniquely American idea. Right? The idea of there being a superior being, an oval, and you know an Ubermensch, you know, the super being, the Superman. You know, the Germans interpreted that as being, you know, the Third Reich, and then the Americans interpreted it as being Superman, right? That's really cool. So you had to have Jews on hand to help you out there, but you know, you made it comfortable us there in America. But yeah, you had that's the uniquely American idea. Right. I mean, look, no country ever lives up to its goals, its ideals. Right. Every country, every society has corruption, and you know, where there's power, there's corruption. That's a inevitability. But for the most part, I have to say, America has had some of the best ideals of any society and empire in the history of our species. Right. And so, yeah, I think America is great. Right, I really genuinely do, and you know what's happening to it is heartbreaking, you know. But I think, you know, you know, I don't want to say the South will rise again, but I think America will rise again. Right, I hope and pray, and I genuinely do hope and pray America will rise again to be the America we all knew and loved. Right. Make it better. I like to put men in black. BMG Excalibur _Excalibur. Tzvi Lebetkin, did you see the video of Biden admitting Ukraine to fire the prosecutor over $1 billion? Oh yeah, that's old news. And he bragged about it, and it doesn't matter. I mean, it doesn't matter. That's because the system is completely corrupt. But you know, again, this thing, from my perspective, my worldview, triggers apocalypse, right? I mean, this is what triggered the flood. This complete abdication of any form of morality, which I think is and I think we see that with the ruling classes, right? It's there's really nothing they do I feel is moral. At the same time, screaming at you that you're immoral, right? I mean, like it's it's like the weird Doctor Who fans, these Jodie Whittaker Doctor Who fans. I'm not saying all Jodie Whittaker Doctor Who fans are like this, right? Who are just like call everybody else bigots while being the most bigoted people in the entire universe. But that's reality for you now. Gas is highest it's ever been in history. Get ready, mate. Wheat is up 68%. Wheat. That's the hugest indicator of inflation. 68 bloody percent. Dude, it's the end of days, mate. I don't know what. Really, have I not mentioned to you? I said it was coming. Now wait and see. There's only one first story. His name William Hartnell. Okay. Stephen Una is a very nice guy. He replied to me and was very professional, nice. Yeah, exactly. That's why I'm doing this, right? You know what? Just being nice and like not being say, listen, can you? I understand you. Give it a chance. Take a breath. And you know he's right. He's right. I was being a bit of a dick. Okay, I'll admit I was being a bit of a dick. I do wish him the best, right? What about Sarah Jane? No, just Harry's in it with this new companion who's all Cockney. Oh, well, it seems kind of Mockney to me. Not going like I enjoy Survival Apartment. Wishes Classic Doctor Who ended with the battle with the Daleks instead of the Master. I don't mind. I kind of like the ending with the Master. And I love Dana's Master in that one as well, right? I do like a bit of Survival. You got my eyes again. I'm sorry, I don't know what it did to you. I'm triggered. What did I do? What was I showing? Oh, it must be the Jodie Whittaker. Okay, fine. Now I finally worked it out. I didn't even know what shipping meant until Melina. It's so weird. They just, I mean, what are they? It's like Lord of the Flies, right? These are these weird kids who have grown up with no moral center whatsoever, just being evil. And they're like pathetic and evil, like giggling. It's so quick to claim victory. That's why I don't believe any of these news stories say, "Oh, Russia's doing terribly in this war." Really? I don't believe a word of it. Maybe they are, maybe they're not. I don't believe you. Like you told me 2 days ago, they were shelling and they would go back and cause a nuclear meltdown, right? Yeah, and then he said, "Oh yeah, no, we were full of shit." I mean, yes, we know. Oh, you only get so many swings at the bat. I'm sorry. Right? Okay. After Carl Rittenhouse, right? After Hunter Biden laptop, after Covington kids, after Russian what's the name? Collusion. Oh, please. To name but a few. Over and over again, like any one of those destroys your credibility forever. Right? Rabbi was not watching for spank material. I wasn't watching. I started watching for spank material, and then I got drawn in because it was so freaking good. It's so good. I really, really love it. And I'm saying, Sebastian Stan and Lily James should be winning Emmys for this. It is their performance is so good, right? Oh my God, Pamela Anderson's journey in this. And again, she was completely out of control. I get it. But she was being naughty, sort of. It was, yeah, I think she was basically okay. There's a scene in the first or the second one where she has to go to this press junket. I think the second one in Cancun. And she's sitting with all like the affiliates, and they're all like me. They're all exactly like old guys, exactly like I would be, like giggling. And she just wants to be out like popping pills and dancing with Tommy Lee. You know, being a bad, she just wants to be, but she's so polite and sweet. It's so funny. Oh man. And they are crazy. They are absolutely crazy. I think it seems, yeah, I think it's relatively realistic. Thomas Middleton will be better at what? I don't know who she is. Says D.B. Strawbridge. Marvel is a train wreck stuck in 1G to PG-13 limbo until they rated it. They can't. Disney can't do it. Disney just doesn't have it in them. Oh man, Disney just destroys everything, right? Oh man, I just genuinely hate Disney. P.D. Rich, did I say hello to you? I think I said hello to you. If I didn't say hello to you, hello. There we go. X-Men 577, how you doing? The Last Kingsman was a good movie. It was, apart from that one bloody thing that happened 40 minutes before the end. That's the thing. Sorry, I was taking a phone call regarding the next play we'll do. Oh no, back on the boards. There you go. She cried. Give Rabbi a like. Oh yeah, there you. I wish if I had a social media platform, my version of like would be called a stroke. Give Rabbi a stroke. I never touched it. There we go. I don't remember thinking the Queen was hot in Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. You're watching the wrong version, mate. You're watching the wrong version. That's all I can tell you. Our Governor Rocks, he held a bill signing a city called Brandon. Really? Where are you? Are you in? You're in Florida, right? Yeah. DeSantis is great. Okay, the ticket I would like to see is Trump DeSantis, right? I don't think you can dump Trump. I mean, even though, boy, DeSantis is awesome, right? But I think it's got to be a Trump ticket. I just do. I mean, whatever that look, it doesn't matter. I mean, it doesn't even matter at this point. The insanity they're causing. Tzvi Lebetkin says, P.D. Rich, the Reds are using the letter Z as the new Yahtzee symbol. Oh, I see. It's supposed to mean either victory or to the west. So they're saying the Ukrainians use a Z, or do they use it? Because as far as I can understand, aren't Ukrainians like terrible people as well? I mean, there's not the Ukrainian people. My heart bleeds. Blah blah blah. Don't be invaded. But aren't they terrible people too? I mean, I'm sorry. I don't know. All the Russians believe that the Yazidis are all through Ukraine, right? And in the military, and they have to de-Yacht. And they believe all that, right? They totally believe it. Why? Because everybody's lying. Hogan 5 says the Batman movie was horrible. Biden has already had his lights turned off. Man, he mumbled through that press conference. I don't put that. I doubt he took questions. Some dead people voted for Brandon to make up for the Americans that didn't. Don't worry. Again, I do believe the elections will constantly, forever be fortified at this point. Putin's going to have his Vietnam. Could be. I don't know. I don't know. For me, I don't understand why Putin at this point doesn't just fire a tactical nuke and go bam on one city. Says, okay, you're going to surrender. Is this going to get crazy? Right, or do a offshore explosion and say, look, I'm just doing this to show you we can do this, right? Next one goes in Kiev. Let's all calm down. I am old. I don't understand what NFTs are. NFTs are essentially, my son was telling me, my son's all excited about it, okay? So they're basically digital files, but there can only be one of a kind, and you own it as it's like imagine getting a limited edition card and there's like 4 of them, right? And then the next one in the series is 15 of them, and the next one there's 75 of them, right? The one that there's 4 of are going to be like much more chaseable, right? But basically that's where they are digital unique things. Basically, it's the way you can charge for digital stuff now, which is awesome. Anyway, so I just thought that's it seems to be like I'm not hallucinating. It's a real commodity, right? It's an absolute real commodity, and I'm also going to do one. And if I sell one to my son, or my son buys it off me, that starts it in the market. So I'll do that for each one. And also they'll be collected because they'll look good. Having it look good and be fun makes it collectible. I mean, saleable, I should say. And the opposite of those problems whereby said about drinking, I can drink like a tank, but I have a poor response to caffeine as I can't sleep after. Well, don't have any coffee amaretto. That probably would not be for you then. Okay. There's a Bitcoin value to them. It's like, okay, thank you. Peter Richards explaining better than I could. Fine. I already ordered my 1 million sunblock just in case. Yeah, listen, I do think there's going to be a limited nuclear exchange. I hope it's not going to be a major one, right? Like, I now I want to see this war game scenario. Like, how were the billion people killed, right? Okay, like apparently it's public record. But I would like to see how they said it played out. But yeah, that doesn't sound good. Especially given that my son's in Florida, but he's in Florida, so he's also in the Keys. My client is extremely wealthy early adopter. We like those sort of clients. Digital stuff normally disappears when it's hit by an EMP. Well, that is true. Listen, that we got to expect there to be cyber warfare. I think there's going to see more likely than an EMP, right? Because I mean, we already saw it, like that cyber attack on. It seemed to be a cyber attack on Taiwan a week ago, where 5.5 million people lost electricity. Now that sounds like a cyber attack, doesn't it? Let me see. Cody says, US citizens give charity, but oddly enough, 3.5 places the poorer people. No, you know why there's more charity given in poorer areas, right? Because you need some kind of moral fiber to do it. And listen, even if you're not religious, living in a place where religion is normative, it just makes you a more that gives you more morality, right? It's the way it is. So yeah. That's why charity is a moral thing to do, and if you're immoral, you don't understand it. Archibald Lazarus, how are you doing, sir? Thank you for joining us. Matthew Barrows is here. China is the new power, Sally. Name one good band from China. No Van. Well, that's true. There's no Tom Waits, no Dylan. Listen, I don't think it's going to happen. I think at 6 months from now, you'll see the good Lord with some kind of lightning bolt situation, right? I do think that, I think literally, Satan is dying, right? That's how I perceive that Satan is literally dying, right? And this is the last hurrah of Satan. And so I think we're 6 months out from that, mate. So, I mean, it's supposed to be sometime in the 12-month period after September that the third, if we're on this model, right, and nobody knows who you are, the third Jewish temple is supposed to be built, right? So if it is, if it isn't, isn't. But if it is, that means the world is in an incredibly groovy place, right? So I don't think China's going to do well with that, right? I think the good Lord is coming with a lightning bolt. Going to make controversial things, says Solar Engines, but I'm getting sick and tired of these shared movie universes. Yes, yeah, I do tend to agree with you. Yeah, let's just have a standalone movie, right? That's true. PD Monkeys on Acid could run where I work better. So I'm glad I stuck with Resident Alien because it's in a good place right now, right? It's essentially ended. He's found out there's another alien somewhere in New York, and he's gone to New York, and he's in this like art gallery, right? And he drops acid, and that was the cliffhanger. He's walking through New York, and he's tripping on acid. I really like this idea, right? I think that's really fun. So I'm kind of glad I stuck with it. Snowpiercer's bit is a bit of a slog, however. Snowpiercer is definitely a slog. Let's see. Hod's removed. That looks like a bot to me. Okay. Peter Richards talking common sense. I'm not sure what. Dankler was saying the problem is if you become as bad as your opponent, then you normalize the bad and criminal behavior from the next generation. I guess that's absolutely true. I guess that's true. I can see Bacardi saying if you're going to be as bad as them, then your children will be that too. Is that what you want? Evil children? Yeah, I can hear that. It was hi, the Manning guy, the rabbi. Hopefully one day I will get to Israel so we get drunk together. Oh yeah, that'll be awesome. Sing concert. You don't want me singing, mate. I'm freaking awful. I will sit and roll around as you sing. Tzvi Lebetkin, the Russians, where are they? Bloody hell, they're back again. A payway will make a better present than the current occupant. I mean, do you think it's possible he's make it to 2024? I mean, we got to see a successor soon, haven't we? I mean, to run for 2024, and he hasn't. He still says he's running. And Kamala, come on. They said they're sending her to Poland. Really? I mean, look. Be honest with you. Given they also got so many concentration camps in Poland, I think you deserve a bit of Kamala, quite frankly. Biden saw no cognitive test after the Dems insisted on Trump had one and passed. I doubt Brandon will pass. No, he wouldn't. That's the problem. I mean, like, it doesn't matter, right? Again, they just barefaced lied on TV, like, and everybody. It's like Hunger Games. Everybody knows he's lying. It's so weird. They know he's lying, or you completely believe he is. Tzvi Lebetkin says, BMX Caliber, look up the fighting in Donetsk and Luhansk regions in between Russia and Ukraine since 2014 for independence. I don't want to. Honestly, I don't want to. I just like it's like just whatever, mate. I mean, there seems to be a way. It's all about a sorting pipeline. There seems to be a way that Ukraine can get paid from this, and I don't see why. I mean, here's the thing. Why not? There's a deal to be made for Ukraine not joining NATO, right? And they can get something in exchange for that, right? You know, they can totally get something in exchange for that. So I think that's where they should be, right? I really think that, you know, that's where they should be. Like, okay, what do you want? You know, to have this pipeline go through it. They just want to get this thing to go through, and it seems like half the bloody 8 areas they're in want to be speak Russian anyway. Ukraine's with collaborators, as Matthew Powder. Yeah, listen, Ukraine was not good to the Jews. Let's be fair. Ukraine was not hospitable to the Jews. Nukes won't happen if I'm wrong. I'll buy a hat and eat it. Well, don't do that. You don't need to do that. But I think I do think there's going to be a limited nuclear exchange. I really do. I don't know where. I don't know when. I don't know why. I don't know what players we're looking at. But I think there's going to be a limited nuclear exchange, right? But I hope not. They should attack Twitter, do us all a favor. Well, wouldn't that be awesome? I mean, I do think social media is going to go down, during this during these wars. I mean, it's I don't. Do you think we're still going to be using Google in 2 years? I'll be surprised, right? I mean, maybe I don't know. Twitter, TikTok, and Netflix are banned in Russia. I think, and now I want to move that. Yeah, I mean, listen, I like Netflix. Okay, I watch stuff on Netflix. But generally speaking, yes. I mean, Twitter and TikTok. I mean, that sounds awesome. I mean, TikTok, isn't that Chinese? Why are they banned over there? I think he's actually thriving with false prophets, such as celebrities and social media becoming the new idols. No, I agree with you there. But I think this is the last power, right, of that Satan literally has, right? And we see it as it's being withdrawn from people one by one. We see these major players, these major generals in Satan's army, if you want to look at it that way, right, being knocked out one by one, and you forget how quick, like Cuomo, CNN has essentially knocked itself out. Freaking crazy, right? It's absolutely crazy. Oh, one second. I have good news. It's always good. To have a secondary mind, so you can mind meld with. You know, contact, and then you get a gestalt entity. I fortunately have royalty that I may touch alpha ways with. It is, of course, the one, the only Bourbon's King of the Geek. Hadley, how are you?
Contact.
They should have that as a filter on StreamYard.
They should. Any day now, it'll be a new plugin. What have I missed so far? What's going on? How are you? What's going down in Groovetown?
I'm just talking about this. I'm going through the chat, right? I'm nearly caught up. I'm about 1 minute behind. Here we go. At DC, did you see CNN rant saying Biden president is a disaster and we're only in year one? Yes, I did see that. Yeah, listen, it's not going well. It's not going well, right?
Did you see that speech that he gave where he said to the American people, we've had 2 years of a terrible time? Thought, yeah, it looks like you have, actually. Yeah. It's good to hear you admit it.
Things are getting stranger. It's not just me, right?
Things are getting very, very strange. I was going to say weird AF, as my kids would say. Yeah, it's getting crazy.
Okay, yes. Listen, I said the end of the world was coming, baby. I said it was coming. Now wait, here was it.
I was talking to the Mega Geek the other day, and I said, "Well, the Rabbi did say it was Armageddon. We've only got ourselves to blame."
I mean, listen. No one expected me to be right. Did you see the thumbnail?
Yes, I did see this thumbnail earlier on. Yeah, I did see it.
So look. My basic take on this is Christopher Eccleston is just a massive Karen when it comes to Doctor Who. He just doesn't get it at all. It's like, and he's never like I got this video coming out tomorrow about it. I'll show you the thumbnail. Yeah. Right, I got this coming where he's I had 3 Christopher Eccleston articles come out at the same time, just as the story broke. So I put
oh right, 3 together. More.
Yeah, it was before this. Yeah, it all happened at the same time. But look, essentially, he said, Hartnell's the first, and Jodie's the greatest, right? Have you seen the clip?
I have, yeah. In fact, I've got a video later on, but I'm going to talk about it too. I think it's at the end of the day, they're cornered at these events by people with eager smiles on their faces, all looking up at them adoringly. What are they going to say? Rabbi?
I mean, listen, he just thought it's the right thing to say. Like, honestly, I mean, but my response will say, "Oh, right, Chris, which was your favorite episode? Yeah, where did she do the best? Like, if he saw what an embarrassment she was to his profession, that he sweat blood and tears over, right? What an incredible embarrassment he was to his profession. He would be like, oh my God, what?
Well, I think that we have to remember that he's not the first Doctor to claim that Jodie is amazing, and then admit later on,
Colin, right?
that he's never actually seen it. So
exactly.
I wouldn't put too much by this, but we're that. I think I said sometime last year. We spent 10 years wishing Christopher Eccleston would speak about Doctor Who, and the last year and a half kind of wishing he'd shut the.
That is true. That is true.
And I say that lovingly because I do respect this man. I've got a lot of time for him. I certainly love his work.
Yeah,
but it's getting to the point now where you never know what.
Yeah.
Have I heard him speak? I've heard the first 2 sets, so I've got to hear the Lost Warriors and Old Friends has just come out, isn't it?
Honestly, what I would do if I was you, I would listen to the last story on set 3 and the last 2 stories on set 4, right? And then you get an awesome 3-parter, like an awesome 3-parter.
Edit it away.
Right.
He's recording.
Sorry?
He's recording more with them, isn't he, later on in the show?
Right. But yeah, it's just like the first episode and the last one. It's all about him visiting this old friend's funeral, and we have no idea who it is, right? We have no idea, and it's like all about his memories have been edited, and it just didn't work because like nobody knew, he had no connection to this character. I thought it'd be much more interesting if he intended his own. Because what happens is at the funeral, you have a kind of a robot simulacrum of the deceased that's going to live for like 12 hours there to say goodbye to everyone, right?
Gotcha.
With his, so that's basically. So wouldn't it be? So I thought it'd be much better if it was the Doctor's funeral and it was him he was talking to. I was trying to work out who edited his med. That would have been much more interesting. But it was just pedestrian. And then I don't even remember what the other 2 stories were on the third one. They're just so incredibly forgettable, Right?
Do you remember that book? Do you remember that book that Lawrence Mars wrote, Alien Bodies, where the Doctor?
Yes, I love that book.
He's bidding on his own
Right. So
remains
you
or
had
something.
So there was one called one of the people there. I was sure was a meddling. The guy selling it was a meddling monk, wasn't he? It seemed to be.
20 years since I've read it, so I can't remember.
You had was it Homunculus was a Time Lord agent, and it was really good. It was a really good. So yeah, it basically
an amazing.
Read it.
It would make an amazing anniversary special or something.
Story. Sorry?
Well, I was thinking it would make a great anniversary special or something if the remains of the Doctor post this calamitous regeneration that we're going to hopefully see, which is going to be really gory later on in the year.
Right.
You know, if the Doctor's sort of corpse remains is in a state of disrepair or dismembered in some way, and the other Doctors and various creatures, various foes, after sort of bidding to obtain
We've
it.
seen the Doctor's corpse, sir. It was in the TARDIS on Trenzalore. No, that was a whole point of that, wasn't it?
Yeah, I suppose that's it. Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah.
Well, did he really die then? Because he regenerated. So what was that then?
I thought that story got so wrapped up in itself that in the end, I couldn't work out what had happened.
So that was his corpse, but that was a redundant timeline that got erased when when they gave him a new bout of regeneration energy. That's what it was.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. It's been a long time since I've seen any of it, which is one of the reasons why I'm trying to do a bit of a refresher on the podcast at the moment. Go back, and when there's not going to be any new Doctor Who for quite a long time, to go back over some of it and watch it again. But I just think they need a big. I think what I'm getting at is for this 60th anniversary special, they need something with a big premise, something that speaks to the core of Doctor Who, but also has that kind of mythological echo.
Look, Russell T Davies is the guy to write that, right? That's just what he does.
Yeah. He's the only writer I can think of who can write that kind of content and yet still keep it grounded and to keep characters feeling like they've got voices within it. I don't think Stephen Moffat is quite as good at that kind of thing.
He's very good at reading the audience, right? Like Captain Jack was originally going to call me Captain Jax, Jax, right? And he said, "No, that's just silly. It's just people want why make it sci-fi? Just do Captain Jack."
Yeah, because everybody's got an Uncle Jack or a cousin Jack or whatever.
He just understands the audience, and I think that's what makes a great writer. I just went over this, but I'll go with this with you because it's I got interesting stuff coming up. So I also got this thing. Steve Noonan, who plays the new First Doctor, right? I was ranking on it, like I always do when I was doing my Doctor Who magazine review.
Yeah,
right. I'm like, I've seen the writers, and they're not great, and I think their writing quality in Big Finish generally has dropped. And so I was very dismissive of this because of the rise involved. Having said that, what's her name? Lauren Cornelius, who plays Dodo, freaking gorgeous. I mean, like I just put her in everything.
I noticed. Believe me, I noticed.
It's stunning. Okay, so you have that going for it. So anyway, I ranked on it a bit, and then he I didn't realize he's in my. He replies a lot to my stuff. He comments a lot, and I didn't realize it was the same Stephen Noonan. He was really nice about it and really polite, and said, "Listen, if you could just give it another think it through again."
Fair enough.
It was just really, and he argued his case eruditely. So I'm going into it. I still might not buy it. Right? I'm going into it.
Was this on Twitter or on YouTube in your comment section? Yeah.
YouTube
that's really good of him.
Yeah.
If you're watching and listening, Stephen,
if you're watching this, you'll see the video. But I'm really, listen. I have to remember why I like Big Finish. They normally do stuff I like a lot. It's just, listen, there's a mental illness that's taken control of the world, and that's the only way of really describing it. People think things are real that aren't. Right? It's just like I know how to listen. Generally speaking, If somebody has a pee-pee, they're a boy. You know, just normal. Just I don't. It's not my fault. Okay, it's just what people, generally speaking, and whatever.
I did see. It sounds insincere now that we've got the chance that he may be watching. But I saw a show reel on Twitter a couple of days ago. I think Nick Briggs tweeted it out. Various excerpts of Stephen Noonan in other roles, and
I'll put that in the video as well. Then
yes, it was interesting. And
listen, I'll promote it. I'll give it a fair shake. I feel like I've been a bit of a dick. He's a friend of the channel. I feel bad.
What I liked about the trailer, I mean, I thought it was a good, it was only a short,
good trailer,
and I thought it did evoke the Hartnell era, and I could hear strings of the character in what Stephen was doing just in that snippet. But obviously, I think you would probably agree if you are watching Stephen, you've got a way to go with it. But so did Tim, and I would imagine so would Michael too.
Yeah, exactly.
I think the scripts need to be
very, very good. It's I've liked, generally speaking, I've liked them. It's just the writers really put me off because it's been a bit agendery for a bit. What do you want out of me? I'm pissed off that I feel like I've been ripped off. Like that. Oh God, the Brexit analogy in Space 1999 was so.
You told me about that.
It smashed over your head. Like, no, and it wouldn't be so. It was so bad if it wasn't. It didn't come out the week that the entire COVID narrative just imploded. Like it's over. Like, and everything they've been screaming wasn't true. And again, this is the third moral panic we've had. And if you think back to what we know now as to what we know at the beginning of each one, it's totally different. We had COVID, we've had
Black Lives Matter.
We had George Floyd. The Black Lives Matter and George Floyd. We look at them a bit differently now. I mean, what the hell, right? And then we had. They're treating January 6th, the insurrection, like that, and it's just like you stop with the moral panics, right? No, the third moral panic is Russia, right? Going to war with Russia. Don't do that. That's a bad idea.
I've recently spoken to somebody from the Ukraine about this, just locally, and their take on it was, not what I was expecting. They feel that the media, obviously they're very distressed by all this, but they say that it feels deeply personal to them, obviously because Russia and Ukraine are right next to one another, and it feels much more intimate, rather than this great big superpower sort of eating up this tiny poor little country.
Well, yeah, I mean, it does seem like especially the areas they all spoke Russian was a common language.
Exactly. That culturally they feel like how it was explained to me was that they feel like they're our cousins, and kind of the way that the English are with the Scots or the Welsh, and it's that kind of relationship. And like I say, she was very upset. They both were. But they do feel that it's all being misreported, misrepresented, and that
listen, what was it on Saturday? We thought that we were told with complete conviction that Russia was shelling nuclear reactors. I was like, no, they were going to cause a meltdown, and this was an act of international law. And it's like, no, it's like enough already. I mean, come on, enough already. It's crazy. Anyway, so with that said, Stephen Noonan is the new First Doctor. I'll do a deep dive on him, right? Then I think on Saturday this is one of the great interviews that's coming with Jodie Whittaker and Amanda Gill. It goes on forever. It's just going to be so funny.
Oh my God. This is a brand new interview that these two airheads have given to some poor... Oh, no. Oh, well. I'm glad you're reading it so I don't have to.
We got the last episode of Pam Tommy comes out this week. I am rushing to watch it. It is awesome.
Is it 4 parts?
Beyond awesome. What?
4 parts.
7.
7. Oh
It's,
God.
it's
Okay.
really, really in depth. It's surprisingly in depth. Now, I've got my phone ringing somewhere. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Let's see who it is. I don't know. No
The
idea
bat
who that
phone.
is.
The bat phone.
Yeah, I don't know who that is. So yeah. This is it was. I like Lily James. It deserves like an Emmy or Sebastian Stan. They inhabit the roles and they make them real. You know, like David Tennant. What I really liked about his Doctor Who, and he wasn't my favorite Doctor Who, but I like that he made the Doctor feel like a real 3-dimensional being. You know, like went to the toilet and stuff. You know, like in a real life.
Yeah, I suppose I see what you mean. Yeah, he had a kind of
you know what
just
it
enough
is?
of the everyman.
It's the no, it was the episode when it was the first Donna episode or the first Martha episode. I can't remember, where he was in the TARDIS and explaining to talking to himself. And he's like about what's going on, like he was talking to a companion. It pulled back, and you saw he was completely alone. And you felt like his loneliness, right? You got to get his kind of understanding of what it's like.
Yeah, whereas Matt Smith's character was
really
so
good character moment.
I don't think Matt Smith would have. I don't count his character in the same way. It's a much more magical interpretation of the Doctor and slightly otherworldly. Yeah, so do I. Yeah, that's probably the difference. Yeah.
Actually, you know what would be awesome if they did a special with Matt Smith, right? And he's like in this kind of like reality bubble, right? He keeps glitching into a black and white like square TV version of the second Doctor, and have his son play him, or have Fraser Hines play the second Doctor. Right, he keeps like reality keeps changing, and he becomes a different. Wouldn't that be awesome?
I think that any excuse to get Fraser Hines back in Doctor Who. He's just one of those actors. Carol Ann Ford, Fraser Hines, Katie Manning. I know she was back in Sarah Jane, but these people.
I'm saying have Fraser Hines played the second Doctor.
Oh, I see. Well, yeah, that too. Actually, yeah, I could probably accept that.
He's about the right. He can cosplay him up, and his performance perfect. Right, his performance was better than his son's.
Well, I suppose that's to be discovered later in the year, isn't it? When the new sets begin to come out, it does feel like there's a new era.
Great in the Annihilator. You really got a feeling of how he's playing it in the Annihilator. He co-starred in that. Have you heard it yet?
I am 2 episodes from the end, so I'm really enjoying it.
Portrayal, and there's a lot of intriguing stuff, right? You find out a bit more later, I think, in later episodes. But it's
expansive in a way that I wasn't expecting. Yeah, in the same. It's not so much of. It'd be cruel to call Fraser Hines' take on it an impression. But it's so
no, it wasn't. It was a performance. It was he was performing his friend Patrick Troughton. He just knew him very well,
and he sounded at times indistinguishable from him. Whereas Michael's take on it doesn't. It sounds like another actor taking on the same role, kind of.
Which is fine.
What Tim's done.
With, like Extra Law doing it's fine. Totally fine. I'll be fine with John Pertwee's son doing the third Doctor. It'll be fine. Like on TV, wouldn't it be awesome? He'll be great.
It would be cool. I think that's the only circumstances by which people would accept anybody playing that role visually again. Is if it was Sean Pertwee.
Could you imagine they do a special? Wouldn't that be awesome? That'd be awesome beyond awesome. And finally, coming up, I haven't recorded this yet. The Kingsman review. Have you seen the Kingsman?
No, I noticed that it's gone from the cinemas to being released here on DVD and Blu-ray really quickly. I don't know whether to take that as a bad sign or not.
Okay, so it's really, really, really good. It would have got an 8.5 to 9 out of 10. Apart from there's one massive plot point 40 minutes before the end that just destroys it. Like it's such a bad. It's like Oh my god, I can't believe they did that. And it just like it okay, because it's a fun, goofy, exciting action movie, and there's something happens that's just devastating in it. Like you think it's not real, right? Like no, it's devastating beyond that. And he's like, oh, well, that's weird. But when it's being a goofy, fun movie, which it is 85%, 90% of the time, like you have this incredible fight sequence with Rasputin and everybody. Like, fantastic!
Really?
Like, it's absolutely fantastic.
That sounds like a lot of fun. Who's directing? It's not Matthew Vaughn directing this one, is it?
I think it was actually.
Oh, is it?
I think it was.
I mean, I love the look of it, and I'm the second one was a little overblown, but generally I'm quite a fan of these movies, and I've always wanted to see more of it. But this seems to sink without a trace.
It's Ralph Fiennes getting to do a do-over on the Avengers on John Steed.
Yeah, I can see that. I can believe that.
Okay. I'm going to give you a choice. Here, let me pull up my notes. I have different choices for you here. We could do the recap of Star Trek Discovery. We could. Oh, we've got this. I got this article on explaining why Loki was unwatchable shit on the Radio Times. Took me quite by surprise.
So
they got
Radio Times.
That it's longing. What's that?
Of Radio Times, a year after the event, realised it was absolute shit.
Okay, well, I'll give you a choice: Discovery or news stories. Because I got a few little ones you'll be interested in.
News stories, yeah. Discovery. It's it's so far in my rearview mirror.
So let's go for this one first. These are good. Both of these I think will excite you. She cried.
Where?
Jigger. Oh, matron.
On Comics is asking, has Dan been banished under the stairs? It does look that way, doesn't it?
Yeah, so I can share screen. We go to.
This isn't my mother's basement. This is my basement. I'll have you know.
There you go. This is a really interesting little story. Nothing is forgotten. Pre-orders open for Robin or Sherwood, the complete look in comics. That sounds awesome. But why is there more looking reprints?
Say it again.
Why is there more looking reprints?
Okay, so this is looking has been soaked up by Rebellion.
Apparently they're doing like Treasury.
Yeah, Rebellion have bought just about every British comic that was produced from about 1930 up until say 10 years ago. So they own all of Lookin's.
Do they have like the Eater's Eagle?
Yes.
They should put out a Dan Dare. Those Cam Kennedy Dan Dares. It's awesome.
I agree. I find it surprising that Rebellion are still, because obviously they were a games company first and they bought 2000 AD and everybody thought that would be a complete disaster. But they've had 2000 AD for around 15 years now. And I think by playing quite a modest and conservative game, they've been able to endure with the brand and keep it going and keep satellite titles going.
The digitization of it was very clever. And very that rollout was it. The problem with 2000 AD, the quality's in the toilet. It's 80% female heroes that are kind of boring.
I had a flip through recently. I wasn't very impressed. But with titles like what surprises me is that Rebellion, after all these years of running 2000 AD so successfully, that they're not in a place where they don't need to crowdfund. I mean, Chinnybeard Books, the guy who runs Chinnybeard and produces their audios and things like that, he's quite a inspiring, eccentric and visionary man. And he loves Robin of Sherwood. I love Robin of Sherwood. This is one of my favourite series of all time. It's just underneath Blake 7. And I bought these strips. They are exquisite. And I've been debating, because this is not a cheap book. And I'm already supporting the crowdfunded Blake 7 titles, because that's been done by a friend of mine. And I think, well, how much can I continue to outlay on stuff like this? But I think I'm going to have to to get this.
Dude, money's going in 6 months. Okay? You're going to want barter, okay?
May as well get my pretty book now while I can. Yeah, it looks like they've done a beautiful job.
I'm not even joking. No,
Yeah.
did you get the Blake 7 annual? Didn't that come out already?
Yeah, I've got that. I was lucky enough to get a contributor's copy of that, and it's absolutely jaw-dropping. It's the best piece of Blake 7 merchandise.
I love it. Awesome beyond awesome. Okay, listen, I've got good news for everybody. I've just made an executive decision. I'm going to do the Star Trek Discovery review as a video tomorrow. Right? It's just I can't. Feelings in space.
Okay, well, I need to pop off and get ready for my. I need to pop off and get ready for my show in around 20 minutes. But whatever you've got.
Listen, I'll wrap up then. I made myself a curry for dinner. I'm very excited.
You've made yourself a curry.
Okay,
very impressed, my friend. Very impressed.
The healthiest curry you could possibly make. This is firstly, get an air fryer. Air fryers are awesome. I love air fryers. So we got these two things. We got this an air fryer, and we got this like Wonder Pot thing that you can put. You can cook anything. You put soup, rice, whatever. Wonder Pot. So it's got like a soup mode, or I can't remember what it's called. Some pot, right? So firstly, here's what you do: you cut up potatoes. Complete vegetarian curry. Cut up potatoes. Put those in the microwave for 15 minutes. While they're cooking, first cut up your onions because they take the longest to cook. Cut up onions, throw them in the active fry, right, for about 15 minutes, right? As they're going, then cut up, was it bell peppers next? So you get about 3-4 onions, 2 big bell peppers, cut them up, put them in the air fryer too. Next, cut up a chili pepper, add that in. What else is there? And then tomatoes, I'm sorry, but I'm in English. Throw those in. Okay, at that point, measure out your spices. Get 1 teaspoon, 2 teaspoons of curry, 1 garam masala, 1 cumin, and some turmeric if you want a bit of color. Then you get when everything's done, you put them all in the Wonder Pot, right? And then you add in coconut milk and tomato paste and some frozen peas. Mix it all up, close it in. Boom! 40 minutes later, you got an awesome curry, right? You got an awesome beyond awesome curry, and it lasts me for like a week, amazing. Right? I'm like, oh, that's perfect dinner for me for like a week. It's like cheap as chips.
Is your missus away? Is your missus gone away? Is the wife away?
No. Like, we've developed weird eating habits, right? Like she worked in Jerusalem now, so she comes home, and she has this shot, which I really should start taking, which just destroys your appetite. And so she eats very little. But she comes over and she normally she has I don't know. If she makes dinner, sometimes she'll make dinner for one of my kids, or she'll get takeout, but she really doesn't eat much at all. So I try and don't eat bread or meat during the week. You know, I try. Yeah. I do occasionally. More meat than bread or grain products, and then. And so, you know, I've been having these different vegan things. Again, I'm just a vegan because my body is giving out, right? Essentially, and I quite like it. You know, I have to tell you, I generally speaking, I do it's weird. I went through this period of not having meat at all for about 6 months, right?
Yeah,
and there are these little microbes in your stomach that eat meat, right? And that's where your craving for meat comes from. And if you don't eat meat long enough, I think it was about 2 months, they die. And it's really weird. I remember liking meat, but I was kind of not interested in it and kind of grossed out by it. I used to like those big, thick, juicy burgers, and now I'm just kind of grossed out by them. It's really weird.
Mine must have died a long time ago. I've been vegetarian now for 32 years.
Oh, well, there you go. So you know exactly. But this is the easiest time to be vegetarian or vegan. Oh my god.
Oh yeah, by a mile. And vegan food is mostly gorgeous.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
The people in the chat are positively drooling, Rabbi. You're going to have to write this down for some of them. I think that they're all getting, they're all famished now.
Fidget out. here. One second.
Yes,
This is
so
what I was doing.
I'm
doing
gonna
for
have
dinner for a
to.
while. Yeah,
I'm
carry
gonna
on.
have to get that Robin of Sherwood book. I think I'm gonna take a punt on that.
Yeah. So anyway, let me show you. This is trouble is, the website's a bit of a pain in the ass. But here, one second. Ugh. Fine. So you have like different options. They have the burrito bowl was a good one. So here, once it'll load up. So you get it's black beans, creamy black beans with roasted butternuts, roasted black beans, roasted butternut squash, I guess, roasted onions and zucchini noodles served over brown rice, topped with parsley. It's really good. I mean, these things that have like they got tons of flavor. And it's the perfect portion size. They're just really, and again, all these things are completely vegan. Yeah, there's this one, egg roll bowl. This is a pretty good one. Sauté tofu crumble, crispy cabbage and carrot stir fry over brown rice with a some kind of like sauce. Beet curry bowl. Here's the thing: the curries aren't really good enough. That's why I'm like making my own this week. Eggplant so eggplant parmesan is eggplant parmigiana, zucchini. The zucchini noodles she does are freaking awesome. I got to work out how she makes them because there is just, oh my god! Again, if you're somebody who wants to stay away from grains, it's so good. Top with rice. Yeah, so that's what I was doing, but I made myself curry tonight.
And you get that delivered to your door if you go with them.
No, okay. They don't have enough people. I live out in the sticks, so my daughter drives by there. But again, she's a bit of a pain in the ass to deal with sometimes. Both my daughter and apparently the person selling it. So she's always happy when I don't get. Well, they're 45 shekels each. How many? Let me see. How many shekels are after the pound now? Sterling to shekel. It used to be like 8. Wow. My blimey. So it's now 4.3. Okay, so they're about £10 each. I think it's not bad.
No?
Okay, fine. Let me read it. The complete strip eventually of Richard Carpenter's Robin of Sherwood from looking first part. Oh, Richard Carpenter wrote them. I had no idea. First part is in the 80s. I'll be released as a massive hardbound in spite. How much is it? Okay, just tell me how much it is.
It's 35 quid, mate. It's 35. It's 35 quid if you order now, but if you leave it until May, it goes up to 45.
Okay, I will much rather. I'll tell you, if I'm going to go shopping, I would rather get this. 2000AD.com. Hang on. This looks gorgeous. The next thing, but if it opens up, where is it? Shop. Come on. Oh, really? Now the internet's crawling. Oh, here we go. Graphic novels. Any day now. So it's one of the newer ones. Where is it? Oh man. Wait. Latest release. Is there a way I can find it? Is there a way I can do? Was there a search button here?
Oh, I see they're putting out the spider.
Which was the spider? Where's that one?
Top.
Oh, that one?
Fourth one. Yeah. Now what?
Never heard of it. What is it?
Title? Which title was that in? Was it the same one that V for Vendetta was in?
No, that was Warrior.
Warrior was put out by Quality Comics, wasn't it?
Right. Basically, that's all they really had. It's supposed to be going in chronological order. I keep getting the same things over and over again. Hang on. If I do, it's got to be a search button here. Where is it?
Next to the shopping trolley, in the middle red bar. Is that it?
Yep. Oh yeah, I just talked them up. sort by most expensive. Can we do high? There we go. Haha. You'll find a way to outsmart it. Oh, come on. Where is it?
I was very disappointed in that Monster Fund special, considering that the cover is so good and they've got some great talent inside working on it. I didn't think it was very good.
No. Oh, come on. This is ridiculous. Where? It's over here.
Got to support things like this, though. I mean, I'd love for Buster to come back, like as a fortnightly thing, or even just as a monthly thing. That'd be pretty cool.
Right. Okay. This is it. I got to find the search. There's got to be a search here. Graphic novels. Okay. I'm on graphic novels.
I can't see it either.
How is it? I mean, I love Mean Arena, by the way.
I don't remember that.
I'm kind of tempted to get that. Okay, let's do hardback. Set to most expensive. Price half.
Look at that Nemesis edition.
Yes, John Hickleton.
John Higgins.
Okay, this is awesome. Brian Boland. Here, 1 second. Brian Boland hardback. Hang on. 2000 AD. Apex edition. That's what I'm looking for. Finally. I can't believe I had to search bloody Google to find it. Yeah,
this does look amazing.
I mean, doesn't this look awesome?
Yeah.
Like, it's oversized. So you kind of get the 150. There's a 65-pound one. And the other thing I wanted that was too expensive was, what was this thing? What's the name of is it Telos? No, it's
Oh, they've done the New Adventures book.
What's that thing called again? MILK? No, MIWK or something?
Oh, milk. They pronounce it. How awkward can you possibly get? Yeah, they've got several titles.
There you go. There we go. Milk. I think that's them.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's let me find this. See, there you got a search. Thank you. New Adventures. This is neither of them. Where is it? There was an awesome New Adventures book. Oh, you know what? I'll go to
the one that Telos are doing by David J. Howe with the the mock-up cover. Yeah.
Now that I would really love. But again, that's also a bloody fortune.
Yes, it is really expensive because I've never bought their Target one.
Yeah, like 35 bloody pounds. I wish I'd do a digital one.
How many pages is it?
It is
No, it doesn't say. Cheeky.
Over.
Yeah, it is beautiful.
Yeah, if we do.
I do regret selling my New Adventures titles now. Not that I would ever read them again, but just.
I've got them all. I never sold mine. Yeah, we're going to go in a minute. I'll do a remote.
I made good money off them, so I can't complain. But now I think,
1 second, and it still doesn't bloody tell me how many pages are.
No.
Yeah. Okay. Wait. So here we do. Yeah, I've got to send myself a link. Oh, you know what? I can get it from the link I sent you.
At least it's full color all the way through, because the Target book wasn't, was it? The previous title.
I don't know. Yeah, I got a copy link.
I know when I spoke to Chris Akalaos.
Right.
Chris Akalaos. He thought the Target book was brilliant, but he said where it felt that it had sort of let itself down was in its reproduction of or non-reproduction of artwork, and too much sort of black and white. It just didn't come alive in the way that he wanted it to. That's why his own book is so full of color.
All right, his book is gorgeous as well. Yeah, 1 second. Oh yeah, he passed away recently, didn't he?
Yeah, back in, I think it was November-ish. Yeah.
Okay, fine. I'm just getting this working. Opening up my phone. Allow access to my. Allow. Okay, we'll change camera. Remote cam, we're going to call this. Tzvi 2 is what we'll call this. Tzvi 2.
It's getting like proper brains from Thunderbird stuff now.
There we go. Now, is there a way I can change the camera? Cam? No. There should be a way. There should be a way. There should have been another way. Settings. Settings. Camera. Back camera. Done. We like that. That's better. I think that's working. So let's add this to stream.
Way!
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, I just muted that one. So let me get rid of this. I'll do this. Can I do this?
There I am. I can wave at myself.
Okay, now we're going to go check out the new adventures.
Oh, no, he's going to make me... Oh, you bastard.
Well, first, we got... well, I have to go through a bunch of layers. But we got all the Big Finish magazine stuff.
Yeah, all the vortexes.
So this is the BBC range. But the new adventures are hiding back here.
Oh, they still look so cool with the white spines.
Right, here. We'll do a quick review. By the way, Campaign was that was commissioned. Where is it? This one was commissioned by who was it? Jim Mortimer, but it never got. It was too different from what it was they sold. What
so he self-published. He self-published it.
New edition of it coming out. Let's get back there. Okay, Dying Days was the last one. So that's probably why it goes into the McGowan.
The Lance Parkin one, yeah.
Yeah, that was good. But going here, the first one's Time Wearing, Highest Science, Nightshade, Love and War, Deceit, Transit, Lucifer Rising, White Dove was awesome. Iceberg, Blood Heat was freaking awesome.
Yeah, that's the Silurians one, isn't it?
Alternate universe where the Brigadier, where the Silurians won and the Brigadier was like fighting a rearguard action. Legacy, Gary, No Future, All-Consuming Fire, that's another awesome one. Joe Holmes, that's a big finish to the version of that. Blood Harvest, Dimension Rider, that was awesome as well. First Frontier, Set Piece, Kate Orman. Kate Orman was fan-freaking-tastic. More Kate Orman, please. Original Sin, goes on and on. Okay, there you go.
The reason why I sold mine is because when they changed over, when BBC started doing the books, I decided not to buy those because I was sort of I'd got a mortgage and all that kind of thing, and I thought, well, if I'm going to stop buying the books, then I'm going to sell all the other books, so I haven't got like half a collection or whatever. And I really regret it now. They're the only Doctor Who things I've ever really sold.
Yeah, listen, I honestly, I give them out as PDFs on my Substack. Well, everybody go and sign up to my Substack. But that's on the free one. So like, what did I do recently? Was I can't remember. Not the Highest Science. What one was it? I really can't remember. It was a fun one.
That's impressive that you've got all the Big Finish Vortex magazines as well. I've got about 20 of those, but nowhere near
I
that
stopped
many.
at I don't know. Basically, when I stopped getting the physical releases.
Physical ones, yeah.
Fine. What time's your thing starting?
I wasn't going to do something tonight, but I am. I was going to make a video this afternoon, and then I was working. I ran out of time, and I thought, well, if I'm going to make a video, I may as well do it live. So I'm going to do a live stream on my channel at 7:30 this evening. Some extra Type 40 for you guys. I've got a few things to talk about, and we'll talk about a little Doctor Who news, and I'll talk to whoever's watching there in the chat. I've got a couple of things to tell you guys about, and a couple of thank yous to say, and we can shoot the shit and have a giggle and talk Doctor Who for a little while.
Do you want to send me the link in the private chat?
Okay. Hold on 1 second. I'll just grab that.
By the way, have you noticed StreamYard now lets you stream onto Twitter as well?
Somebody told me about that, and I'd forgotten about it in the meantime, and I meant to check it out. Yeah, I mean, I think with Twitter such as it is, mind you, having said that, you can't police everything, and you can't be in every comment section. I'm sort of happy. I'm happy just going to Facebook. Moment, but there we go to the private chat.
There you go. Yes. Honestly, I use Twitter. I mean, Twitter's good for monitoring what's going on in the world, right? Especially in fandom, right? It's good to let you know what's going on in fandom, but that's about it. I really don't like it.
I realized,
and everybody remember, if you fancy a different stream, then I think Lorna's also got a stream around the same time. Or I think he might be. I think he's doing a short one. It might start in 5 minutes and then before you. I don't know. Lorna's coming up as well. So I think it's time for me to go and eat my curry. Right? I think that time has
sounds
come.
like I'm going to go make something now.
Snowpiercer to watch. I don't know. I found the last one kind of grueling. Resident Alien got better though.
Oh, has it pulled itself back?
Yeah, I think it got better.
You have to tell Ian. I think Ian bailed on it because he was that disappointed. But and when he bailed on it,
listen. It got to the point. I will spoil you. Was it a little bit because I don't think you have time to watch it. But it got to a point where he found there was another alien living in New York. So him and the girl Oster went to go and meet the alien, and he's in New York and he has to go to a weird art gallery to find the alien. And he drops acid there, not knowing it's LSD, and he starts to trip. And the cliffhanger is he's walking through New York, tripping out on LSD
off his face.
So I'm like, yes, I am definitely behind that. So there you go. Many things to entertain us tonight. Very good. With that, I'm hitting the end broadcast button.